What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, February 11th. All right, so the markets were flat today. Now, one thing that I noticed was a big drop in bearish sentiment in the weekly AAII survey. So the number of bears came way down. As a matter of fact, it was the biggest 1 week decline in bearish sentiment in almost 2 years. You got to go back to May 2019 to see a decline of that magnitude in 1 week. And bulls went way up too. So right there, you know, if you're looking only at sentiment, I mean, you have kind of a bearish picture, at least a picture that would say correction in the market is coming. Now, at the same time, the fiscal is extremely supportive. Like, you saw what happened today in the market, that we had like a midday sell-off. I mean, if we didn't have this kind of fiscal support, these fiscal flows at the level they are right now, like if you go back pre-pandemic days, you would have had a continuation of this sell-off. There's also another factor at play here, which I'm not going to get into. If you want to find out more about that, you know, go to my website, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. All I'm saying is that sentiment shifted in the latest week, and I can't really put my finger on exactly what was the reason for the big decline in bearish sentiment. I don't know, maybe it's because COVID cases are coming down. Not sure. And so, but anyway, that was the measurement in the AAII weekly survey. Put-call ratios have been quite low, so that's another indication of a kind of a frothy nature in the market. But again, because the fiscal flows are so strong, like you saw what happened today. I mean, that dip, ordinarily, you know, in past years, that would have been the beginning of a sell-off. But you saw how the market recovered. There's just so much being pumped into the economy in terms of fiscal support that it's hard to say if this is going to manifest into something bigger. I will say again, there is another element that has emerged, but you're going to have to, you know, go to my website and sign up. I send out an email to let you know what that is. Now look, yesterday I was talking about the weaponization of the dollar, and that, you know, that's happening. That is not a trend which flips overnight. You know, we have a global dollar-based financial system which has been in effect for 75 years. Countries do not want to leave the dollar. I mean, it's a seamless, proven system. It's been around, like I said, for 75 years. Transaction and clearing, you know, everybody utilizes it. It's an infrastructure. It's a financial infrastructure that is going to take years to turn around into something else. But I will say this. It's pretty obvious to me now. Like, a lot of you have asked me about, you know, what are my thoughts about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. It's obvious to me anyway right now that the explosive growth, or the growth in these cryptocurrencies and these alternative payments methods, is a consequence of, you know, what U.S. policies were, particularly under Trump, to smash and destroy the global dollar-based financial system. And again, I got a lot of pushback from some of you saying, oh, you know, it's never going to happen. It's not going to happen in 1,000 years. The dollar is the only thing. Blah, blah, blah. I've been hearing this for so long. And I basically was in agreement, but I said, you know, and I've said in the past, we will eventually, through our own policies, destroy this system or cause others to turn away from it. And to me, Bitcoin And the cryptos, particularly Bitcoin, because that's the premier one right now, that is an expression of a rising number of people, a rising percentage of people and institutions who are looking for alternatives to the dollar-based financial system, and a mistrust, a growing mistrust in fiat currency, not because, listen, and I want to make this perfectly clear, because I know a lot of you probably think otherwise. This has nothing to do with, the stimulus and they're printing money. No. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in my video yesterday. A change in the exchange value of the US dollar because of a necessary fiscal injection from the government to sustain output and income, that is not going to cause people to move away from the dollar, even if there is a decline in the exchange rate of the dollar, okay? Once again, that financial infrastructure is not easy to reconstruct. It has been in place for a long time. It has been tested. It has been proven. Everybody uses it without even a second thought. All right, so it's not about a fluctuation in exchange rates, and it's certainly not about, a fiscal stimulus, which is absolutely necessary. So just forget about that. However, it is, and I'm talking about Bitcoin and the rise of cryptocurrencies and alternative payment systems, it is unequivocally about the mistrust in state currency when the state, the government, okay, the sovereign, the issuer, can at any time it wants limit its availability or use it as an economic weapon, really kind of as a weapon of warfare when you think about it. But one aspect of warfare is the destruction of supply lines, the destruction of economic activity. Same intent here. So, Bitcoin's not going away. I don't know what price it's going to go to. You have to understand that Bitcoin is a finite instrument. That's bad in itself, because when you have a finite quantity of money, let's say, or finite instrument for transaction, it gets rationed out, and not everybody can use it. I mean, that's the problem with the gold standard or fixed exchange rates. But that's what's going on. I mean, the growth in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is absolutely, unequivocally related to the mistrust of state currency, and that has really been blown up by what Trump did with the weaponization of the dollar, the ability at any time, people wised up to this, ability at any time for a government to say, you cannot use our payment system anymore. And when that payment system is the global financial payment system, and the United States comes along and says, we're taking that all away, I mean, how do you expect anyone to react differently? We need an alternative. And that's exactly what's going on. Anyway, go to my website. You need to be updated on developments right now. They're very important. And sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. See you tomorrow. Bye.